All right, we move on to the longest meeting of the night, Administrative Committee meeting. The time is 6:45. We go straight to agenda item 2.1, discussion regarding leave days. Ms. Cervellon.
Yes, we have Mr. Gallegos who will be reviewing our district current leave days for employees.
Good evening, Board President Moreno, members of the board, and Superintendent Mr. Bion. So before you is just a recap about the benefits that we offer our San Benito CISD employees, full-time employees. The recap includes paid leave and unpaid leave. The paid leave includes state and local leave. It also includes the sick leave pool, off-contract days, vacation, holiday, and then assault leave. And then we also have unpaid leave, which includes Family Medical Leave Act, FMLA, and then we also have temporary disability leave. So I'm going to go over each and every one of those. So for state and local leave, this one applies to all full-time employees of the district. Every employee receives 5 local and 5 state days. Those days are available for employees at the beginning of the school year, and they roll over. And then those days are paid to the employees when they use them. Any questions on state and local leave?
So they roll over every single year?
Yes, ma'am. So say, for example, you're an employee of the San Benito CSD, San Benito School District. The only days that you can take over to any other school district if you were to leave San Benito were your state days. You lose your local days. So we always advise employees to use their local days first, only because if they move to another school district or they come from another school district, they can carry over their state days. Any questions on state and local leave? Okay, so we move on to off-contract. This one only applies to employees that are on the 226-day calendar, which will be like your central office staff, your high school principal, BMA principal, your middle school principals. This one only applies to them because our calendar runs from July 1st through June 30th. So in those, that whole year, we account for any days that are not included in the 226 calendar. So say, for example, the first week that we're off, or when the district is closed from, I think it's July 1st through July 8th or 9th, we use some of our off-contract days, and then whatever we have remaining in the school year, so say, for example, we have Memorial Day off, then that's one of the days that we reduce from our off-contract days. So at the end, when we do the academic calendar and we count all those holidays and those days off, if there's any balance remaining, those will be the days that will be counted as off-contract days for our 226 employees. I know that back in the day we had like 11 days. This year was 3 days only. And that's because, like I said, it accounts for any single day off that we have throughout the school year. Those are paid days, and those don't roll over. They need to be used on or before June 30th. Questions? Okay, vacation day and holiday pay, those are for our 260-day employees, which include maintenance, custodial, police and security, energy management. They get paid 10 vacation days, and then they also get paid 10 holidays. The holidays are sent to the Board of Trustees for approval. This year, the holidays that that the Board of Trustees approved were September 5th, November 24 and 25th, December 22 and 23, December 29 and 30th, February 13, and then April 7 and April 10th. Those are the 10 days, holidays that 260-day employees receive. And then they also get 10 vacation days.
And the week that the district is closed is included in the holiday or the vacation?
Vacation days,
Okay.
yeah. And like I said, these are only for 260-day calendar employees. Any questions? Then the next one is comp time. That one is offered to our clerical and technical employees, our secretaries, our clerks. When they work more than 40 hours, we offer them comp time. They can accumulate up to 60 hours of comp time, but it must be used within 30 days. And this offsets paying them off overtime. Any questions? And then the other type of leaves that we have available for our employees includes the Family Medical Leave Act. We also have temporary disability leave, the sick pool, assault leave, bereavement, jury duty, truancy court appearances, religious observances, and then military leave. Let me go. And these are some of the benefits. Let me go through them. Questions? So the Family Medical Leave Act applies to any full-time employee. They can qualify for up to 12 weeks of unpaid leave. This one runs concurrent with temporary disability leave, if they also apply for that, and also runs concurrent with any paid leave, like state and local leave that they might have available. In order for an employee to qualify, they must be employed with the district 12 months, work at least 1,250 hours, and be employed with the district, like I said. Do you have any questions on FMLA?
On the FMLA, where the last bullet where it says provides job reinstatement and continued health insurance coverage, so if they're out for up to the
12 weeks.
the 12 weeks, are they guaranteed their job in the same position, same capacity, or something or it may be something that's just comparable?
Comparable.
Okay.
And let me tell you why. Because some of the positions, say for example, the CFO is out or one of the top executives is out, and Ms. Servio needs a person to be there to make decisions on behalf of the district, then she can replace that person, and when that person comes back from FMLA, that person will be placed on a similar or compatible job. Questions? Temporary disability leave applies to any position that the school district requires SBEC certification, such as, your assistant principals, your principals, counselors, but most importantly for teachers. This one is used primarily by teachers, and this one runs concurrent with FMLA and your state and local leave. What basically means that they have 180 calendar days that they can be out on temporary disability leave, basically a whole year.
Does the temporary disability leave kick in after the family medical leave has been exhausted?
Yes, but they run concurrent. So while you're using your FMLA 12 weeks, those 12 weeks also count as TDL if you apply afterwards. Questions? Then we have assault leave. That one provides extended income and benefits protection to an employee who was assaulted while they were carrying, the duties and responsibilities associated with their job. This one, like I said, it's paid leave, and it could be up to 2 years from the date of the injury. Questions? Sick leave pool, this one, when employees exhaust their leave, so say for example they come back from FMLA and they don't have any leave available and they're gonna be docked some days, or they're still sick and they can't come back and they're gonna be docked days, they apply for the sick leave pool, and what we do in Human Resources, we review the criteria. If they qualify, we mass email all staff, and however many days they receive, so say for example they need 5 days and they receive a total of 19 days or 20 days, we only use the first 5 that were submitted to our office, and then the rest go back to the employees. So they're only used, only the days that are needed are used for the sick leave pool.
So one question with that, how many days is an employee able to donate to someone else? Is there a max?
Yes, only up to 2 days.
2?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Any questions?
That's 2 days a year, or 2 days
Per employee. That's what we have in the application. I mean, we can change it or we can revisit it, but it's 2 days per employee that they can donate to another employee.
But is it per year?
No, it's per occurrence. So say, for example, I'm requesting, sick leave pool or sick leave benefits. HR will mass email all staff,
Okay.
and then whoever wants to donate, they can donate up to 2 days.
Okay, okay.
So how did you come up with the 2 days? Who created those 2 days?
It was on the application. I'm not sure who created the criteria for 2 days. I will need to research that for you, sir.
I know back in many years ago, when I first started teaching in a different school district, I know that there was a limit, but the limit was because there's some people who are just never out, and they accumulate those days, and then there's some circumstances that come up when there's some grave illnesses or what have you, and so the max used to be 10. That's quite a bit, but I mean, and if you think about it, at the hourly rate and stuff, that's a big donation, but maybe it's something that the board can discuss at a later time, and I'm not saying to up it to 10, but maybe revisit that, and if we decide to have that change, or at least make a recommendation.
I think it's a resolution that's in place somewhere for the school district, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, let me look into it and then I'll let you know. Okay, and then we also have jury duty or truancy, court appearances. If an employee has to go to jury duty, we provide leave for those employees for those days that they're going to be out. So if they need to be out a couple of days or 3 days, then those days are given to the employee. Questions? We have religious observance, and that's the same. Employees request to be absent from duty in order to participate in religious observances, and these are unpaid leave, unpaid days.
But they're secure days, so if they choose them, they're not held against their vacation days or anything like that.
No, it's unpaid leave. We have bereavement. They get up to 3 non-cumulative days per death of an immediate family member. So we had we had cases in which, a family member passed away, in September. They get those 3 days if they need to be out those 3 days. And then later on, during the year, if another family member or, relative, immediate family member passes away, they're still eligible for another 3 days. So it's per case. Any questions? And then the last one is the military leave. Requires reemployment after active duty, and this one also is unpaid leave. The only thing about the military leave is that we don't have a date that they can come back. So they can be out for a year, 2 years, and we still have a position for them when they come back, but it's just an unpaid leave. Questions?
I'm going back to your comment. So is it hour per hour or hourly rate?
On which one, sir? Yes. So any clerical technical employee that works more than 40 hours in a week, whatever they work over the 40 hours will be comp time.
Hour per hour,
Yes, sir.
not time and effort, just basic.
Yes.
So for example, like our video technical people that are here for our meetings and stuff, those hours can be used as comp time? Do they qualify, like who would the clerical and technical employees
The
be?
clerical technical employees will be like secretaries at the campus level, like our clerks in the business office, in our HR office. Sometimes we do make an exception to pay overtime. I'm not sure if all of them qualify for overtime. That will be a supervisory decision, and then it has to be approved by the superintendent.
Because I know we were doing that a lot for like bus drivers and things of that nature in the past.
Well, auxiliary employees are paid overtime. This
Oh,
one only
those are
applies
paid,
to-
okay.
Yeah. So this would only apply to clerical and
No, no,
technical employees.
The overtime, approving overtime.
So they're gonna have a choice basically if they want comp time or overtime pay?
They don't have a choice, but the supervisor can make a recommendation to the superintendent if she feels like, you know what, I asked my staff this week to stay late. It was my recommendation for them to stay late, so can we pay them overtime? At that point, the superintendent will make the determination to say yes or no. And if she says no, then that will be comp time that they can use within a month.
But it would only be fair to give them the time and a half. I mean, if they were, not to pay them the overtime, but.
That is the way it's calculated. It's an hour and a half.
Oh, it is.
It's
So
a-
it's an, okay.
Okay,
That's
Honestly, 'cause
the
that's
question.
unfair.
Oh, okay.
thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any questions?
I know I had sent you an email a while back, so what options do we have at the local level to, like Mr. Moreno mentioned, maybe in the future just expand the limitation on the 2 sick leave pool days? Like what other options do we have?
Okay, so on the email that you sent me, you were asking, about the state and local leave. Well, the state, it's required that we give employees, full-time employees, 5 days. The local, it will be a local decision if the school district wants to give, employees 3 days, 5 days. Just to give you background information, in 2019, the school district, San Benito CISD, changed the local amount of days given to employees from 3 days to 5 days, and this was on Wednesday, May 15 of 2019. Before 2019, employees would only receive 3 local days, and then, like I said, previous administration made the determination to change those to 5 days. But it will be up to the school district to pay, 3 local days, 5, 7, it will be up to, I guess, us, and then you all will have to approve it and put it in policy.
So the state doesn't dictate how many days we have to give?
Not local. The local is a local decision of the school district. The state does dictate that we have to give employees 5 state days.
Okay.
The local will be up to you, I guess, the school district, and then the board has to approve if they want to increase or reduce the number of local days.
But they are, on your chart, state and local are the same criteria?
Yes, because we have, right now, we give 5 state and 5 local to every employee. Questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gallegos. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Are there any committee concerns?
Not a concern, just a comment. I do want to thank Mr. Gallegos and his staff for doing the HR after hours. I know we got an email about how helpful that was for some of our employees.
Okay, the time is 7 o'clock. We adjourn this meeting.